So I'm a Jets fan. My girlfriend became a Jets fan, and she happily hates every moment of it. If you're a Jets fan, y'all know the deal. So sometimes there's like armchair film analysts, talking heads, former players who are way more qualified than me to look at film, but they never watch the game. Like, they got to talk about all the games, so there's no way they watching every game, so they kind of just got to pull something out based on preconceived notions or fill in the blanks using their imagination. And what people are saying about the Jets-Steelers game is, damn, the Steelers must have played bad if the Jets offense played good. And as someone who sat there and watched the game, I felt like the offense did well, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, pulling up the all 22 to discover with you, did the Jets offense play well, or did the Steelers defense just play bad? Anyway, here's the first play. So single back, but kind of condensed formation under center. Makes you feel like it's going to be a run, right? Motion. Oh, interesting. Oh shit, I remember that. I know y'all were going nuts when you saw that. I'm looking at this motion here, right? You bring in your tight end in, and then he just goes out for a pass, which is obviously a decoy. This is probably a setup for maybe they're going to run this play later in the game or later in the season, where rather than handing it off, Fields is going to keep it and pass it to old boy. As far as Tanner Engstrand goes, I mean, this is pretty dope. And it also puts these defenders in a precarious situation because it's obviously going to ask the defenders to play very disciplined. Everyone has to stay on their assignment. But anyway, let me look at the line. Everything starts and ends with trenches. The O-line's first step, super important. Whenever I played linebacker, which was only at the high school level, they asked us to read the O-line's first steps. So their first step is left. And then look, linebackers pointing to the left, to their right. Now, one thing I want to see, does everyone take that 6 to 8 inch step left? Then as a linebacker, that would make me feel like, oh, there's going to be a zone run play. Now, the other type of run blocking concept is, depending on where you're from, power blocking, man, or nowadays, I feel like I hear a lot of people just say gap. So as a linebacker, if they're doing down blocks, double teams, trying to create lanes, that's gap blocking, I want to fill the gap. If it's zone blocking, every O-lineman just takes a step in the direction of the zone. This is an oversimplification. And then they just block depending on their alignment, whether they're crashing or whatever. And you're trying to seal off the side that you're stepping to. And holes in lanes will naturally appear depending on how the play develops, and it could be different every single time, which requires good vision by the running back. Zone is great because say that you have a gap run play chalked up right now and you really want to make a lane in the A gap. I mean, that's gonna be pretty freaking hard with their alignment right now, but with the zone, a lane will open up somewhere, and we're not forcing the issue on making the lane having to be here or having to be here or having to be here, you know what I'm saying? So first step, I feel like everyone takes a step to the left. From when I was blocking in the line, tight end, whatever, if we're going to run a zone left, most of the time these two will be working from him to one of these two, depending on who wants to fill the gap. And then these two would be working from him to one of these two. However, they got 3D linemen in this configuration. The coach is going to tell you what to do. It could be these two working him to someone to the next level, or it could be center and right guard working him to the next level. And I think it's pretty much guaranteed that these two are going to be working him to whoever's at the next level. And the perimeter really depends on the play design by the coach. Some room for creativity there, because you would expect the tight end here to get him, and 83 could be going out for a decoy route, crack block, blocking up here. Like, it really just depends on the coach. Membou's working over. The D-line is making their reads too. The D-line is obviously going to feel which way the O-line wants to block them, and then they're going to make it really hard as F for them to do that. So everyone gets their hat on their guy. Look at all these artifacts. Look at these fish. This is national treasure with all these artifacts. This is crazy. Membou worked to his guy. The double teams are engaged. Now in a zone block, both guys are on their D linemen, and then they got their eyes up at the next level. And whichever one, and this depends on coaching, but whichever one at the next level, linebacker, nickelback, wants to come downhill into the gap. Whichever lineman's on that side gets pushed off, and then the remaining O-line sticks to the D-line. Or if this guy comes in, then he'd have to work over. Once again, this depends on coaching. That's one great thing about the zone run is like it just depends on what the D is doing. Whereas like gap blocking is like trying to force your issue, but also you're preparing for their formations and how they like to play the run and stuff like that. But yeah, zone is just very like Bruce Lee, be like water. You feel me? So golly, these artifacts are crazy. Now, it's pretty common to leave the backside unblocked. If you got freak athletes like Watt over here, like he could still go in and make the play, but because Justin Fields is a threat in multiple ways, he has to stay disciplined and contain the QB. You see, like he sees, he passed the ball off. God damn the artifacts, holy cannoli. So Membou's in a pretty good 50-50 battle here. Tippmann's already at the next level, like good on him right here. John Simpson lost his footing, it happens. Now here's a tough situation as far as the left tackle, left guard. You would love for left tackle to peel off and get the next level and for Simpson to take over, but Simpson's already fallen. He's already fallen. But I'm playing it and it looks like Olu was able to get to his guy, no problem. Simpson fell in such a way where he still got his guy hemmed up, and Josh Myers just kept driving his feet. Good pad level. Now some people, I've seen some like film analysts on YouTube talk about like, you know, you got to keep your head up at all times, etc., etc. Like at this part of the block where it's mano-y-mano, you're not peeling off, it's not a double team, and you got to see which one's going to work to the next level. Like Josh Reynolds just basically has to drive at this point. So this is good. He just drove his ass, used the furniture on the ground as advantage, which also affected this guy. So like this is great. Same play. You see Tippmann at right guard, who moved up to the next level here. And I saw another film analyst on YouTube. I don't want to name names because I don't want it to sound like I'm like throwing shade and shit. But they be saying like, I just wish that they could have stayed engaged on the block more. Because look at Tippmann. See? Now, here's the thing. They don't want to stay engaged on the block longer than they have to. So it's not just up to the O-line. It's also up to them. And it depends on how that defender likes to play O-lines blocking them. I mean, listen, unless you're a D-line, if you're on the defense, you're not really trying to fully engage with an O-lineman to even be letting him get his hands on your shoulder pads and put the grip on your shoulder pads to where you're going to be stuck with him. The way you engage a blocker and the way they teach, because I play a little defense too, the way they're going to teach you to engage a block is to make sure that they can't get that grip on you. You're going to have hands on each other, but you don't want the O-line to get that grip on you so that you can shed him once you analyze which way you want to disengage and club and rip or whatever to try to get to the ball carrier, whatever. And in some ways, O-line is way more physically imposing compared to linebackers and DBs, but in some ways linebackers and DBs are way more athletic than O-linemen, so it's like this battle back and forth. It's not as simple as an O-line gets their hands on someone and now they're stuck with them forever. Like, it's not Madden. So dude disengages. I think he disengaged in the right direction because this is a huge cutback lane. I mean, Jesus Christ, like this guy has to stay on his assignment, which one day in the season when Justin Fields does keep it and throw it, like this is going to be amazing. I promise you that day is coming. Garrett's moving up, trying to throw a block for the cutback lane. If he didn't disengage here, like look at him. Breeze, look at his feet. He was like, ooh, cutback lane until he saw this dude. And then he just took another step and was like, this is fine. Ran through the hole. He gonna run past you. This boy gonna run past you. Runs up the field. Great tackle. How many times have we seen Breeze break this off for like 60 yards? Multiple times. They saved an explosive run from being a super explosive run. So in this case, did the Jets do this well, or did the Steelers just play like Dookie? I think this was just a fair battle right here. You know where we won decisively? The line. Are we used to seeing that on the Jets? No. This is awesome. This feels so good. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Offensive line alignment, 2-point stance. It's going to make you feel like they're going to pass. Obviously, that's not a guarantee. But once again, pistol, single eye, condensed. Pretty much a full-on pass set. Whoa, hold on. Look at this. Look at dude. Look at dude. Who is he? Like, I'm not an encyclopedia of every single person in the NFL. I'm sorry, but how successful the run was and how we've been at the line of scrimmage. Look at him at the first step. Like, he's like, no way, they're going to run again. It's no way. I don't believe it. Look, he stepped up. Like, he stepped up and he's like, oh shit, no, it's a pass. Oh my God, that's kind of funny. Like, that's how we know we got in his head right there. Or just on that play at least. Anyway, Garrett doesn't out. I mean, that was crazy. Like, if you playing rock, paper, scissors, the coaches, I mean, Engstrand won this rock, paper, scissors because, like, I never played DB. I don't know even as much as a top level high school DB would know on coverage concepts, but he sees Garrett, he's staying high. I mean, this kind of looks like cover 3 to me. And you could see he's trying to take over Garrett's route. But I mean, like, it's not that Garrett got him beat because it wasn't like a one-on-one man. It's just that their coverage concept versus the route concept that we had was rock, paper, scissors, and we won. And obviously, you'd like to see Justin Fields be able to throw it better, like on him or out in front. He kind of threw it in a way that was like trying to protect. Like, if a QB threw me a ball like that, then I'm falling down on it because I feel like he's trying to protect me from a big hit. Maybe there's someone out here about to take my freaking head off. But like, if he put it on him, like, he could have got another 5, maybe 10 yards. But that's okay. I think, you know, you just want the completion however you can get it. So did the Steelers play bad or did the Jets just do good? I mean, that's Engstrand. I'm giving him a slap on the ass for that one. That was amazing. So this was a flag, right? Cool play design by us, by the way. It's like already enough stress to worry about the option. Braylon or Justin, who's going to get it? And then they have Braylon turn into a lead blocker. That's awesome. Okay, so if you've been watching football for a while, this is not a penalty. The defender has to try to tackle the guy and work around the blocker. He has to, you see what I'm saying? He's mainly trying to go for Justin, but going low and around him. Although, yeah, it was at his knee level. Well, the rules evolved since when I played. This is technically illegal now from what I understand. Like, you can't do this anymore. You just can't. Which makes it really hard on the defender. Like, if you a defender, then what the hell am I supposed to do type shit? Feel bad for the defender there, to be honest, even though I was happy for us. Ooh, woo. Look at the block scheme. I mean, the O-line block scheme is like really interesting. Because look, bro, look, first step of everybody is to the right. It's like a zone right. And the linebackers flow that way, including Patrick Queen, right? First step, zone right. And then the second step, seal left. I mean, how many people watching the game is going to notice like this nuanced savviness of the O-line blocking? This is like really slick. This is slick as a mug. Like, bro, zone right. So usually you want to seal right. So they're going to be working to fight the seal. And then they just adjust to the left and seal them the other way. Like, that's so good. Is this Engstrand's doing? Did you do this, Engstrand? You mad genius? And I don't see this kind of a blocking scheme a lot. If you a film junkie, maybe you've been seeing stuff like this, but this is kind of on the rare-ish for me to see. Because I'm not like a film junkie like that after I played, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then you see it from there. Damn, our quarterback's sturdy. Like, Justin getting tackled like this, I'm like, cool. If it's Tyrod getting tackled like this, I'm just like, bringing the ambulance. I love Tyrod though, by the way. It's just, you know, some people's body is just more or less fragile than another person's. You know, it is what it is. He's also like 50 pounds lighter, damn near. Anyway, damn, that blocking scheme. Ooh, that was lovely. And you know what that does to a D lineman? Because you know how good the Steelers D line has been at time. I mean, we generally got the better of them line to line, but at times they were able to engage our O linemen well and make it hard for them to seal off the area that we were trying to seal off. The fact that we faked it and then sealed off the opposite side, we're taking advantage of the fact that they're trying to work this way, the D-line. And it's going to make the D-line think twice now. All you got to do is do this once, and now they're going to be thinking twice forever. Well, for the rest of the game, which is not that much time left. Unless they ran this play earlier. You know what I'm saying, though? Look at Watt. His break on the ball was so fast. Membou sees it. This is really good by Membou. Like, really good, like, finesse here. Because you saw how fast Watt's break was. And that he is outside. What a lot of tackles might want to do in this situation is to drive him out of the play like this. Okay, so his head's on the outside. Now I'm just going to push him out. And Watt was probably betting on that and try to make this move back inside. Because most tackles would get caught doing that from time to time. But he was able to stay on him and pancake him. Did you see that? Membou, you deserve 10 slaps on the ass for this. Mano y mano, man. Watt, if you play tackle, because I had a feeling for tackle, and if they kind of got leverage on the outside, like they told us to just drive him out of the play. Drive him out. And look, tries to make the counter move. Membou's like, nope. Smash. That is so good. Bro, like, I get that he's a rookie, he's gonna make mistakes, but when they watch film, they gonna look at this like, you did your goddamn thing on that play, bro. Hell yeah. How the other guys do? This is the ball game, right? This is the ball game. Yeah. This is the one people are saying Justin Fields should have kept it. Listen, in the moment, I felt the same, but when I watched the replay, I was like, nah, I get it. And I'm going to show you why. Look at the first down marker. At the 41, he's staring 3 defenders here who are pretty much at the 41, 42, really. He's going to have to truck 3 people to get that. Like, they're already closing the gap. Look at his other option. The guy who was covering Garrett, him, look. It's a zone pass off. Like, you know, he's pointing, my guy's going in and in. And his guy is coming across. He's going to take over Garrett. And he's eventually probably going to go into this guy's zone, and he's going to be passed off to someone deep. So anyway, here's a point. Garrett's guy, who was just on him, granted, this looks like that's his own responsibility, is where Justin would have ran. There's 2 people there. That is weird. I don't know what that's about. Maybe there's a spy. I don't know. But he sees Garrett's basically left uncovered, and he needs to run to the 41 to get the first down. And he got 3 people waiting on his ass, and nobody's near Garrett except Ramsey is that good. He's teeing off on him. Nice clean tackle. Celebration. Garrett probably got a little hurt on that play. Watch from center view. Like, I'm not going to be one of these people who like, oh, I know kind of like 10% of what I'm seeing on film. Like, I understand it. And so I feel like I need to sound like an expert on everything. Like, nah, like, I'm going to keep a buck with you. If I am equipped to give my opinion, not my facts, but my opinion on what's going on the film, I'm gonna do that. Like, if I got 10% knowledge, but if I'm looking at something that's in the 90% where I'm not well versed or I didn't play that position, I'm gonna just let y'all know and just give you my thoughts. Like, I'm not gonna front. Protection's good. I mean, they're only rushing 3. What do you expect? So he starts running because no one's open, I guess. If this was a clear man situation, I feel like, yeah, like, run for it. But like, it's clearly already obviously zone because Garrett got passed off from him to him, right? Is he thinking like, let me see if I could run because maybe Garrett can pull this guy away? But then you still got this guy, granted, like, he's not easy to see here. Goes in, and he knows he needs to get to the 41. Maybe he could have dove for it. He could have he needs 6 more yards. He could have dove for it. But at the same time, he sees Garrett here, like, uncovered. Going back to this view, like, he was really uncovered. when he threw the ball, look at this. Like, they're committed. You wouldn't have made the same throw. And even if, like, let's say he could have dove 5 yards forward for the first, maybe, it's still at least like a good 50%. It's not like that's the clear better choice. Like, this looks like a good choice. Like, imagine, ask yourself this. If he did that and he only made it to the 40, you'd be looking at the film and be like, why didn't you just pass to Garrett? You know what I'm saying? So, like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Either way is a bad decision if it doesn't work out. So that's how you know it was a 50-50. Like, either way would have been equally the right decision. It's just Jalen was super, super aware. Bada bing. Close that shit out. Damn, Garrett looks hurt, man. Bruised ribs, maybe. Just got the air knocked out of him, maybe. Oh, so he needs to get to the 41 to scramble to get the first. Garrett is already at the 41. All he has to do is catch it. Garrett doesn't even have to make a move. He just needs to catch the ball. He's at the 45 now. Past the sticks. He just needs to hang on. But dude lays the wood. Damn. This was fun. It took a lot of fucking energy, but this was fun. So did the Jets play good? Or did the Steelers defense play bad as far as why we were able to score over 30 points? But it was a battle. Like, here's what was in our favor. Our trenches won more often than not. And that wasn't because they sucked booty. Like, you saw how well coached and disciplined that their D-line was. The way they were able to win their engagements a lot or not lose discipline. However, more often than not, we still won. And it wasn't because their D-line was bad. Like, I was looking like, okay, so are they washed, their D-line? And I saw them play, and I don't think so. I just think we beat them, bro. I just think that we beat them. Did their DBs poo-poo down their pants? I thought they battled. When it comes to the skill positions on the outside and the back end, like, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. It didn't look like they were completely outclassed. It didn't look like we were completely outclassed. Granted, we weren't really trying to pass that much, to be honest. I feel like the biggest thing in our favor was that no one knew how Tanner Engstrand was going to call the game on offense. I think that was a huge advantage. Here's my concern. We have tape out now for Engstrand. People are going to be studying this, so it's going to be harder to do certain things. So I really wished that the element of surprise, being the first game of a brand new OC, we could have got a win for it, because it's only going to get harder from here as far as people studying our tape, but we couldn't get the win. But I feel like Engstrand's mind works in a way where I'm not too worried. I feel like he's going to react to what the defense is doing. Like, I think he said that, but I don't think he was just saying to say it. It looks like in practice, like he's really noticing the tendencies of the defense and like setting him up for certain things or reacting in really slick ways, like that fake zone right, but then move to seal off the left. That was so good, man. Like, even though that was just like, well, whatever, a 5-yard game, whatever it was, the fact that you did that is going to make the ops D coordinator be like, damn, I got to be ready for anything, huh? So, yeah, bottom line, Engstrand, I could not be more pleased with Engstrand. Like, this is awesome, man. And to feel that we are winning in the trenches more often than not against the Steelers, I get that the Steelers ain't no, like, Super Bowl contending team, but they good. Their defense has definitely been their identity recently. And the fact that people are saying Jets scored 30 on the Steelers, that must mean the Steelers did something wrong. Like, I get it. Like, if you're a Steelers fan, like, you can say that. There's so many things we could have done better getting off the blocks, but it's not completely up to the D-line to get off the block. They have to beat the O-line to be able to do that, and they couldn't. I mean, these aren't rookies. Like, they know what time it is. We just beat them, bro. Like, we just beat them more often than not in the trenches. I thought I saw a lot of great things from the Steelers defense. I thought I saw a lot of good things from the Jets offense. I just thought it was a battle and that we won it fair and square. So I don't even know if I could post this without the NFL kicking down my door with the SWAT team. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this channel. I'm kind of juggling 3 other platforms. I got a music channel, an associated Patreon account, and I have like a variety gaming channel. So I already kind of got my hands full. But I'm such a huge Jets fan, and people be telling me like, you know, just make some content on your Jets takes or like what you see in the film, and to talk about it a little bit. I feel like Jets fans would appreciate anyone putting their 2 cents, whether it be film analysis or just general fan enthusiasm. Like, cause like we passionate about this team and we are invested and we want to share that passion with each other. Feel me? So who knows? Hey, this might get like 2 views or something. Either way, like I have fun watching this film back and like, you know, being honest about what I'm understanding and then what I'm not sure about, right? Because some that like really makes me cringe, and once again, I'm not calling nobody out by name, and it's not a lot of people, it's just been a couple times, but when people do film breakdowns, it doesn't have to be with the Jets, it could be with another team, and they don't know what they're talking about. Like, they just saying shit, and sometimes I might leave a comment like, yo, the reason is because on this double team block, blah, 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 you know, haven't played the position a little bit, or at least being involved in blocks as a tight end. So I'm like trying to like be nice and give them a little help, but they be correcting my help. Like, no, you see, the reason is this and that and the third. I'm like, that's not even a thing. Like, you just made that shit up. Like, I'm trying to help you. Like, I've literally done this exact blocking concept before, and they were like, well, I played at several positions in high school. I played receiver, corner, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, if that's the case, like, how does being a receiver qualify you to know the nuances of blocking in the trenches? And number 2, how do you not know this then? If you a film expert, I don't say that because I don't want to like rain on their parade, because all they doing is being excited about whatever team that they're excited about, right? And I feel like that should be celebrated. I was just trying to like be of assistance. Like, if I'm saying something and it's like incorrect and somebody checks me on it, I appreciate that. Like, I said something the other day where I was like really not coming correct, and then they just checked me on it. My friend checked me on it, and I was like, well, I appreciate that, man, because he don't want me to walk around like sounding stupid to other people, so he gonna like nip that in the bud. So that's how I show love too. That's how we do in New York. Yeah, so I was like, bro, like a lot of these film breakdowns, I think they just like watching film. Like, that's how nerdy they are about their team, which I genuinely do think is really cool. But trying to pass themselves as maybe more of an expert than they are. So I think it's important for me to be completely transparent about like, this is what I know and this is what I'm not sure about. You feel me? Anyway, I've been recording for over 2.5 hours, so I don't know how I'm gonna press. You know, the OG idea was to make this a short. This ain't gonna be a short. This is gonna be short form at best. But anyway, y'all be blessed. Playing the Bills next. I had that pencil in as an automatic loss, but to go 0-2 would be kind of sad. I hope that we put up a good fight. Anyway, goodbye forever for now.